Okay. If no, come back up Zimbabwe, man. Nikone swako a bit of confusion. I mean, izankala Zimbabwe line. Nikone swa bantu muziko walikunyamukira ba president wa Zimbabwe. Ero monga like nkanyama strike na basala. Bizasta monga Zimbabwe. Bizafuna kuti bonese chalo kuti leadership ya uyu president amali posi leadership ya bwino amen. Ali chimozi na Mugabe. Ndi mwamene wa azambo kambira kuti uyu muntu si leader amene angakwanisa kuyang'anira pa ino ziko. But nikuoneswa kuti nthawi chabe akang'ono vintu bizabwera bizankata pa bwino. Amen. Ero nikuoneswa kuti futi ndrama za Zimbabwe zizankana na mpamvu. Zizapasiwa mpamvu. Nikuoneswa ma projects emezankala kuchitika ero vyalo vapanja bizafuna kuti byamuthandiza Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is going to be helped again. And nikuoneswa kuti even my investors bazabwera muziko wa Zimbabwe. But chintu amechizanyamuka ni confusion. I'm seeing the spirit of confusion that will go in the country. Izankala monga ni strike. Izankala monga tipanga ni confusion. In Zimbabwe monga confusion. But I'm seeing the hand of God coming through to Zimbabwe, and the hand of God is going to come. Once Izankala is stable, and everything is going to be stable in the country again. Amen. Amen. That is the word.
Parirenyato Hospital in Harare is the country's biggest and busiest public facility. Right now, it's being manned by students, while desperate patients sit outside without any assistance. In Bulawayo, Mpilo Hospital is forced to close most of its departments due to the ongoing strike. Zimbabwe Nurses Association President Smangaliso Mafa says the government does not have respect for nurses.
Nurses are the ones who do the majority, who do the bulk of the work, but it seems you are not being recognized in terms of remuneration. Actually, the government had promised to pay outstanding allowances, night duty allowances, standby allowances, post-basic allowances as a reintroduction because it was stopped after dollarization, but that wasn't paid for.
Zimbabwean nurses says they are the lowest paid in Africa. Most earn less than $284, that's under 3,500 rand per month. When the nurses went on strike last year, the government promised to meet their demands. They returned to public hospitals based on that promise, but the government has seemingly not kept its word, so they have downed tools again.
We are not going back to work until our demands have been met. In a way that the nurses are saying the money should reflect in their accounts before they go back to work.
Besides a salary and medical allowance increases, the nurses are also demanding adequate provision of drugs and other supplies so they can do their jobs properly. At the same time, teachers in Zimbabwe are also threatening to strike over poor salaries. Pindai Due, Harare, Zimbabwe.
A new year, a new term, but an anxious start for the students of Zimbabwe. Instead of notebooks inside classrooms, some teachers are outside holding placards. They say they can only hold classes for 2 days a week and are threatening to go on strike in the coming days. They want their salaries to be paid in US dollars to shield them from a spiraling currency crisis.
This was agreed, this was negotiated and agreed in 2012. We have a standing agreement, and Mutuli alone just violated the agreement. That is a clear case of unfair labor practice.
For the second month in a row, hundreds of doctors are staying at home. They too want their salaries in dollars and are demanding better working conditions.
We wanted the medications and standards to be there in the hospitals. We also wanted to have good remunerations in terms of salaries, to have good salaries, and also in terms of the vehicles, also to have something, transport to use to go to the hospital.
Public hospitals are running out of medicines, and pharmacies are turning away people unless they're paying in dollars.
There's not enough resources in the hospitals. We as dialysis patients are even being told to buy our own syringes.
But the government says it doesn't have enough foreign currency to meet the protesters' demands. Zimbabwe depends heavily on imports and uses bond notes and electronic currency that's pegged to the dollar. A shortage of dollars means those bonds are losing their value.
They should now, whether immediately now or tomorrow, go into negotiations where government will offer in terms of ameliorating the plight of the civil service in the areas that they have demanded.
On the streets of the capital Harare, lines like these are all too common. Prices of basic goods have more than tripled, and there is a fuel shortage. This crisis is one of the biggest challenges facing President Emerson Mnangagwa, who promised economic growth and foreign investments to bring Zimbabwe out of 2 decades of financial disarray under his predecessor, Robert Mugabe. But these teachers say the government needs to do more to help those who are struggling. Priyanka Gupta, Al Jazeera.